I'm done pretending. I'm done pretending. I'm done. Pedro de la Vega is actually, statistically speaking, just as good as Paul Rothrock, but he never is able to get on the field.
Let's get into this agenda check. We got 4 written down here. Let's check in on the Jesus Ferreira is a bust agenda, because we haven't checked in on that in a few weeks. And, that's been a hot button one around here because, Noah, I made my stand on this.
I did too.
Made my stand. Yeah, we both made our stand on this, which was that he hadn't scored a goal, his first Sounders goal, for a while, and he's a bust agenda was already skyrocketing to the moon in some circles. I made there's a whole video about it. I said I'm not on this. I'm not on this yet. I believe in track record. Watch this player a lot. I think he's going to figure out his role on this team, and eventually the goals are going to start coming. And I essentially predicted that. And look, I've been patient about victory lapping, and I'm still not going to do it as we sit here today on July 17th when he has 3 MLS goals to his name. However, I will say, if we're taking the temperature of this agenda right now, my take is looking like on the trajectory to pay off, to be the correct one. He has three goals in his last 7, I believe now, because he didn't score last night, but he got the game winner against San Diego. He got the one from Rothrock against Austin, and he got the one where he and Rusnak combined in Sporting KC. So he is starting to score goals, which is great to see for the team outside of any of the agendas. But also, I thought he looked really good last night, even though he didn't get on the score sheet. I thought he looked sharp. I thought he was combining with everyone well. I thought he was making good runs. I know that people were crashing out because of the breakaway that he had saved. That's something that I view differently than some people. That's a great run.
It was
a great chance, a really good save. He put the shot on target. Those are the exact types of chances I want to see him getting. So I was encouraged to see him continuing to do that. And then, as mentioned earlier, he helps create that first goal from Rusnak through work rate, pressing Zach Steffen and forcing Zach Steffen to a split decision where he makes the error that leads to the goal. You can say that a goal like that doesn't count because it's a howler by the goalkeeper, but we talk about making your own luck a lot on this show, right? That is a perfect example of making your own luck. You force the goalkeeper into that error by pressing him and making him make that decision. And if you make him make the wrong decision and he kicks it to the middle of the field for some reason like that, you give yourself a chance at a goal. That is not just like merchanting. That is forcing the other team into a mistake that you then capitalize on. That's what good teams do. Jesus Ferreira contributed to that. So I think he's looked excellent the last 3 or 4 weeks here, and it's looking like this might actually have been a good trade after all. And I think that anyone who is being honest with themselves and actually watching what's happening in these games right now should be able to acknowledge that, even if you've been dug in on this like he's a bust thing.
I agree. And FC Dallas sold Leo Chu, so Sounders get a sell-on percentage of that, which the Sounders could never sell Leo Chu for whatever reason. So even just that bit of business, that's a W, because I think there's like a 15% sell-on fee for him. So whatever FC Dallas got, bring me my money. Plus we got their best player, well, one of their best players. And I don't know, man, I think it's looking good. I'm definitely clear. Like, there's no shot I'm getting this tattoo. 2 more goals, all comps.
And there's so many games left.
There's so many games.
They played 22 games, so they got 12 league games plus Leagues Cup.
Yeah, like there's so many games. And this game specifically, I said this, I was like, I hate to be wrong, but I also love to be wrong about stuff like this, because I was like, dude, he's not a winger. He's a 10. He's a 10. He's a 10. He's a 10. And while I may still think that his best position is the 10, he's really grown into his own out on the wing over there. And you can tell why he's getting starts there. Like, you can tell why he's getting starts there over De La Vega and over, the whole slew of other, because the entire team is wingers, but, over everyone else. Like, he is shown that he is more talented than everyone was trying to tell me that he wasn't.
Yeah, I think that he's looked so effective in that wide channel the last few weeks and is starting to offer the end product and get his goals. It's sort of like, it's part of the beauty of the player and like the type of versatility and adaptability that we both saw watching him at FC Dallas for years, and that we were hoping he could bring to this team, and it took him a while to bring to this team, admittedly. But that's kind of what's cool about him, is you can plug him in kind of anywhere on the front line, and theoretically he's going to be able to adapt to it and be effective. And I think that's what's happening right now. Like he does not play that position like a traditional like Ryan Kent or De La Vega or Paul Rothrock type winger, where he's, attacking from out wide and making runs like right at people like that. But he has figured out a way to be dangerous and effective playing out there. And I was most encouraged, honestly, seeing that goal in Kansas City, where like the interplay between he and Rusnak, we talked about that a lot earlier this year. And, I was saying, I think it's a situation where I would expect talent to win out at a certain point. You got two guys who are both very like high IQ players. I think they'll figure out how to play together. And it seems like that's a rocky road. I was thinking about like,
another thing that I'm happy to be wrong about as well.
Yeah, like I was saying, hey, I don't know. I just, it's just good to see.
It's good to see. It's good, folks. It's good to see. Yeah. It's great to see. No, I mean, it's, if you were like, this is what I don't understand about brigade people and just people in general who consume the team as just like a constant negative lens of like, we're sitting here saying, listen, he's a good soccer player. He's going to figure it out. No, it's the end of the world. He's the worst thing ever. Like, who else? I don't understand. What are we going to sign some other random person? Like, I don't get the hate. I don't understand it. I've never gotten it. And so I'm glad that he's proving the haters wrong.
Here's what I was going to say, which is that like, I was thinking about just the trade in general and if it's going to work out. And I think we just kind of overthink these things sometimes. Like the way I was thinking about it when they first made the trade was like, oh, Jesus Ferreira. I mean, I've watched him a lot. He's good at soccer. He's good at it.
Correct.
If you put him on a soccer field,
he's better than Leo Chu.
If you put him on a soccer field against other soccer players, he often is going to play it better than the players that he's playing against because he is good at it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of what you need to be factoring in when you're making these roster decisions. Sometimes, like we talk so much about like tactical fit and like, is he the right position, right player, blah, blah, blah. Like, sometimes if you have an opportunity to just like go get a guy who is good at soccer
and in MLS,
it is like that simple. And I think this is a case where it actually is just that simple. Next agenda. It's the national pundits, Albert Rusnak, one dark horse MVP and a couple like actual MVP talk. Like this stuff is happening. It's happening. And it's not just us. I don't think it's a situation where he's going to get it. Like,
no,
I think Messi is on one of the craziest runs, statistical output wise of his career right now. He had a stretch before this last game where they got destroyed, where he had a brace in a league record 5 straight games, 10 goals in 5 games. So he's probably going to get it again,
good, folks.
When you're averaging 1.78 goal contributions per game for the season or whatever it is right now. Like you're probably going to get it. That's fine. But like Albert Rusnak has 10 goals, 6 assists. You can say it's fake, but it's similar to a guy like Hani Mukhtar. It's not quite at the pace of like an Anders Dreyer, who's another guy in the discussion.
Or
but if he stays this hot, he's gonna be maybe not on the exact same pace as Dreyer or Evander, definitely not Messi, but like he's going to be in the mix. And that's the type of production that gets you in these types of national award recognition type discussions. And he should be in those discussions. He's playing fantastic right now. That first half last night was among the better halves I've seen him play. Like I thought he was a maniac. Out there. And you know what I thought was so funny about his game last night was that he scored the open netter off the Zach Steffen mistake, and that of course instantly it doesn't count. Like
everyone in the press box, me and Ari turn to each other, doesn't count, and Jeremiah.
But then you look at Twitter and Blue Sky, and it's like, oh, he has to have the open net. Like I think you had a post about.
I asked the brigade if it counted, and they said
They said it didn't.
They said it didn't count.
Yeah, exactly. But what was so funny about that is literally like not that long later, right after the second half starts, he scores just an absolutely disgusting, like
opens his
box
through the legs, classic Albert Rusnak goal, as Brian Schmetzer would say. Literally he got asked about it in the presser, and he goes, This is his favorite line when talking about Albert scoring. He goes, classic Albert Rusnak goal.
It was. And the great thing about when he scores those is you can like see it before it happens.
We literally, we were like, oh,
I wanted to yell at Zach Steffen, like, go to the other side right now, go, because he's gonna hit it right there and he's going to score that. Just, I mean, tell me what didn't count about the quality on that finish. That was sick.
That was a great goal.
And he also gets the assist on the Obed goal. So again, he's up to 10-6. And, you know, outside of brigade and agenda talking points, if you really want to contend for silverware and trophies in this league, you need your DPs and your centerpieces to be producing. That's step one. And he is in some of the best form of his Sounders career right now. And it's fantastic to see.
I think he'll go down at the end of the day as one of the better Sounders DPs. And that's just that. And you know what? People might not like it, but that's kind of the truth, right? Like, I think he is not the bust that everyone wants to pretend that he is. Like,
let's be fair. It's not everyone. It is a very small vocal minority.
Yeah, not everyone.
I think it's gotten to the point where the vast majority of the fan base respects and loves and appreciates him.
Yeah, it's hard to.
But it was funny. You were still seeing it last night. Like, do people ever get tired of like the mental gymnastics?
I
would get tired of every time he does something like that, having to be like, oh, it doesn't count because his open net, that pass wasn't actually that good. I would get tired of that.
I don't understand what more you should
you should just be a fan of the guy. Like, it's a lot easier.
I don't know what to tell him, Ari. I don't know.
Let's hit our De La Vega stock check. He doesn't start this game, which I thought he would. We projected he would. And he gets on as a substitute when the game is like in the balance there after the two PKs. I actually thought he looked all right, but I think what it is a situation where, and I think a few Sounder at Heart people pointed this out, but it's like he's the kind of player like who isn't really effective as a super sub. Like he's got to start to find the game, get into the game, and then make his impact when he's like had the time to find his footing and establish himself. That seems pretty clear to me that that's when he's at his most effective compared to coming off the bench. So I thought last night was among the better that he has looked lately. But my thing with De La Vega just overall right now is like, you know, we get caught up in how we rate players, how I rate this guy versus that guy. Like, is he not producing because of how good he is, or is it the coaching staff's fault? Ultimately, for me, I'm not evaluating it. I'm not doing the evaluation on any of that, like the subjective nature of how I rate a player versus how someone else rates a player versus how Schmetz rates a player. Is Schmetz giving him enough opportunity to make an impact? I'm evaluating it on what the production is at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, it's 1 goal, 4 assists in 1,400 some odd minutes over the past 2 years. It just is what it is. Like, if you want to say that Schmetz is underrating him and suppressing him, and he would be he has the talent to be producing more if he was given more opportunities or more runs, and the coaches aren't giving that to him. Or if you're saying like Craig Wives whiffed, this guy just isn't really that good, that's why he's not getting minutes and not producing. That doesn't matter. It does, like, that's not what I'm talking about with this. And I think my takes, I feel like, have gotten twisted a little bit of like, oh, like, you're saying that De La Vega isn't good, when in reality it's like the coaches who aren't giving him the opportunity. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about 1 goal, 4 assists for his MLS career while taking up a DP spot. I fully believe that he is I know he's a talented player. We've seen in flashes how good and dynamic and flat out electric he can be on the ball and eliminating defenders. And the assists that he has picked up in both in league play and in CCC, where I thought he looked really encouraging in the Antigua series at the beginning of the season. But just as it stands right now, you got your number 10 DP that you spent $7 million on, like as a bit player, like a role player on the team, with like overall production that doesn't match what he got paid for. So that's just what it is.
It's bad. It's very bad.
It's not ideal.
It's not ideal. It's not good. It's not bad. And he's not playing well. He's not playing well at all. He hasn't been playing well. And I don't have the solution to it. I don't think anyone has. If anyone had the solution to it, they would be doing that and it'd be fixed. And to the people who, I had some people in my mentions like, you don't understand. Pedro de la Vega is actually, statistically speaking, just as good as Paul Rothrock, but he never is able to get on the field. And then immediately Paul Rothrock scored in that game, which was awesome. And I just said, anyway, it's the reality of the situation that you can put 11 players on the field at one time. And what you're going to do is always put the best 11 players that give you a chance to win. I'm not saying that if Pedro de la Vega didn't get to run the rust out and, you know, do all of that and like really like cement his position, that he wouldn't be able to figure it out. But he got that opportunity. He got that opportunity early in the year and he didn't win his position. He didn't. He's been injured. He's been, you know, he's played poorly when he's gotten minutes. Yes, maybe he is not a come off the bench player, but then you have to earn your starts, and he's not earning his starts. And Paul Rothrock is by far and away outplaying him in this league and the way that this league is set up. Jesus Ferreira by far and away outplaying him in this league. You know, I don't know what to say. Like, I think he's a great player, super talented, but it's undeniable to say that like his stock is at the lowest it's ever been. Like, it's at a sell now type of vibe. Sell now before it gets worse type of vibe. And I don't, he's not a DP. If you want to talk about a wasted DP spot, right there. I mean, it's hamstringing you. It really is. And I think that they have to be thinking about moving him. They have to. And I was saying this at the beginning of the season that I'm like, I don't really buy into the Pedro de la Vega hype. And everyone was hyping him up and calling me crazy, calling me names and saying, this is why we signed Pedro de la Vega. Because he had those flashes. He did. He looked
Remember the goal
good.
he scored against Antigua? I was like, all right, here we go.
Banger.
Here we go.
And then I said, listen, let's wait. Let's wait till it bears out. Let's wait till it plays out. We got to see this. We got to see this over a longer sample size. And when it came to it, it just wasn't it. And he isn't it. And you know what? Maybe it's the team. Maybe it's the coach. Maybe it's the city. Maybe it's whatever.
It doesn't matter what it is.
It doesn't matter what it is. If you're looking at the reality, it's bad. It's bad right now. It's bad.
And I mean, on that note, I'll say thank freaking God they got Jesus Ferreira.
Yes.
Thank freaking God. Where would they be on with a week in, week out starting 11 right now if they hadn't traded for that guy? Like, let's be real.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, it'd be
because
maybe Paul on that side and Ryan Kent. I don't know.
Who, by the way, I mean, we should point out that like we were the main purveyors of the he's the greatest player alive agenda, and his cameo was
lackluster.
Good. Yeah. So that's a whole separate issue. That's a little lower stakes though, because he's not like on a DP spot. If that one doesn't work out, it's like
he's a short term.
You took a shot. He looked like the second coming of Lionel Messi and Christ combined for his first 3 games in MLS, and then didn't really do much after that. That's where that situation appears to be headed. There's a
lot more games to play for him.
I still have my Ryan Kent stock.
I'm not selling.
No,
I'm not selling.
I believe in what I saw versus St. Louis City SC and the Houston Dynamo. Okay, I like that's one where I'm like, oh man, you see like such quality there in individual moments, but unfortunately we didn't.
But
really
even in the moments when Ryan Kent is not like working, he has a style, he has a confidence, he has a place, he has a very like manageable and coachable style of play to where it's like, you know what you're getting out of him. I have no clue what Pedro de la Vega does. I don't understand his positioning. I don't understand his mindset. He's just this chaotic agent of chaos that's not actually doing anything. He's like, he can like do some defensively nice things, but like sometimes he's like just getting forward. He's like, his crossing is just gone away. He's skying all of his shots. He's not settled at all. Like I don't know. Like at least with Ryan Kent, it's like he's getting dispossessed while trying to dribble 10 guys. Like that's, you know, like he's doing his bit at least. It's consistently his bit. Pedro de la Vega doesn't even have a bit. His bit is just being below average. And you know what? Honestly, I'm just going to say it because there's been a lot of people who keep telling me, no, he's not playing that bad. I thought he actually played fine in this game. I don't know what you guys are seeing. I really don't. First of all, I really like Pedro de Vega, one, as a person. He seems like the coolest possible dude to hang out with. Like, I would love to drink mate with him. 2, I want him to work out more than anyone wants him to work out. Like I want our players to be successful. But dude, it's bad. He's bad. He's not playing well. He's not playing well. He's not. And I'm not gonna pretend like I'm done pretending. I'm done pretending. I'm done giving the credence.
I mean, regardless, it's going to be one of the big storylines, subplots for the rest of the season. Like we mentioned earlier, there are a lot of games left, and they've got Leagues Cup, where I think in Leagues Cup, I have to imagine Schmetz won't roll out the classic first choice starting 11 every single Leagues Cup game. So I think both De La Vega and Ryan Kent are going to get their minutes in those contexts. And let's see what they make of them. I'm gonna keep an open mind. I'm not gonna condemn anybody, either one of them, to bust status yet. I'm gonna wait till the end of the season and make my final evaluation on all these guys, on Ferreira,